Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you quickly about the Delta Math assignment. I feel that it was a little bit unfair because some people took it already, some people got like kind of stuck in the middle, and but when it shut down and some people like just didn't get to finish it. So, and those that did get to finish it, some of the scores weren't great. I think that part of that reason was a Delta Math issue, and part of that was just because we're just getting started. So I thought that the fairest, if that's a word, most fair way to do this would just be to create a new one and let you guys do that quiz sometime before. I'm gonna make it due Sunday night at 11:59. So there's just, I hope that that's all right with you guys. I'm sorry for the issue, but I think that that'll benefit you guys the most if we do that. So kind of consider the first one a practice one, and then the second one will be like the real grade. All right, so there's one issue with Delta Math. You know how sometimes with like computer programs where you have to have a certain, if it's marking it right or wrong, then they're often like a little bit nitpicky about the answers. So there's one issue that I saw come up as I was looking over your guys' quizzes yesterday. And this is that issue. So I figured I would just do a couple of little examples with you to make sure that you guys feel good about it. If you have any questions about the example that I do, just let me know, and I can go over that with you before you take the Delta Math quiz. But again, it's only worth like 10 points. It's just a little assessment. Don't get freaked out by it. Okay, so let's look at this one. If I take the limit as I approach 3 from the left, so you're just approaching 3 just to the left of it. So you're really just looking at like this little piece of the graph. If that's big enough for you to see. So that limit is 3. And now if we approach 3 from the right, you're just really looking at just to the right of that x value, and that is also 3. So now, because these two answers are both 3, the overall limit as x approaches 3 is also 3. Now here's where the Delta Math issue came in. So it asked you what f of 3 was, and it had like a few choices for you to pick. I think that the choices were like infinity, negative infinity, does not exist, or undefined. We called this does not exist in class. They're making you put undefined in there. This is splitting hairs. It's not a big deal. The AP test would never put you in a position where you had to pick between does not exist or undefined. So don't worry about, on the AP test, if you write does not exist, that would be fine. But for Delta Math, they want you to write undefined here. When like there's not a y value there, that y value is technically undefined. It's not defined to be anything. So let's just look at another situation here. Now let's say, I've changed the graph just a bit. So now let's look, what is the limit as x approaches 3 from the left? Well, that will still be 3. But now if we approach 3 from the right, we're looking at this piece of the graph, 3 from the right, that's 4. Now, because the limit as x approaches 3 is different from the left and the right, this you need to write does not exist. But f of 3, it's still undefined there. There's no y value there, so this is still undefined. I hope that makes sense. The other thing that I kind of noticed that seemed like people were having an issue with is, so when you're looking at 3 from the right, you're just looking right here. This part of it, what's going on like further to the right, has nothing to do with just to the right of 3. So like, don't worry about this portion of the graph. You're just right where it's just to the right of 3. Okay, I hope that helps. Please message me if you have a question. And I'm gonna make that new Delta Math quiz now. It should be up in a little bit. I'll message you guys all and group me when it's up. All right, thanks.